Hey everyone, welcome to your personalized deep dive. We are live from After Hours Trading.
Yeah.
It's Wednesday, February 26th, 2025, and things are still buzzing after some major earnings reports dropped.
I know, right?
So buckle up, because tonight we're diving deep into 4 companies making waves.
Okay.
Nvidia, Snowflake, eBay, and Nutanix.
What's so fascinating about these companies is they're not just, tech giants. They each represent a piece of the puzzle of where the whole industry is heading.
Exactly.
We're talking AI, cloud computing, and the ever-evolving world of e-commerce.
It's wild out there.
It really is.
The numbers are telling some pretty intriguing stories.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Like Nvidia just posted phenomenal growth.
Okay.
Yet their stock barely moved after hours.
Oh, really?
It makes you wonder what's going on behind the scenes.
Let's unravel that mystery, shall we?
Okay, first up, Nvidia, the powerhouse behind the AI boom.
I know.
We're talking a whopping 78% revenue growth in the last quarter alone.
Wow.
And a mind-blowing 114% growth for the whole fiscal year.
It's huge.
That translates to a staggering $130.5 billion in revenue.
I mean,
pretty impressive.
I'm impressed.
Yeah.
I have to admit, even I raised an eyebrow at that figure.
Right?
It really highlights the insatiable demand for their GPUs.
Yeah.
Which, as you probably know, are the brains behind so much of the AI revolution.
Totally.
We're not just talking chips for gamers anymore.
Oh, no.
This is the technology that's powering the data centers of giants.
I know.
Like Google, Amazon, Microsoft. Every time you ask your virtual assistant a question or get a personalized recommendation online, chances are NVIDIA's technology played a part.
It's like they struck gold at the beginning of the gold rush.
Yeah.
But here's the thing that's got me scratching my head.
What's that?
Despite these incredible numbers, their stock price barely budged after hours. What gives? It just seems counterintuitive.
Well, it all boils down to market expectation.
Oh, really?
You see, when a company's performance is already anticipated to be exceptional, exceeding those already sky-high expectations may not necessarily trigger a stock surge.
Gotcha.
It's possible investors are taking profits.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're waiting to hear the company's future projections before making any major moves.
So they're not. It's not a sign of weakness, but more like they've set the bar so high that even blowing past it doesn't cause a massive shockwave.
Exactly. This earnings report actually reinforces NVIDIA's leading position in the AI chip world.
I'm starting to see the bigger picture here.
Yeah.
Okay, let's shift gears to Snowflake.
Okay.
A company carving its own path in the cloud-based data warehousing space.
Interesting.
They're essentially helping businesses store and analyze massive amounts of data, which is like digital gold these days.
Oh, absolutely.
And their latest earnings seem to have struck a chord with the market.
It did?
Leading to a 12% jump in their stock price after hours.
Okay. They
reported adjusted earnings of 56 cents per share.
Got it.
And a significant $655 million in revenue.
Okay.
Figures that appear to have outpaced Wall Street's expectations.
Impressive.
What makes them stand out in this incredibly competitive cloud computing market?
Well, one thing that sets Snowflake apart is its niche.
Okay.
They're focused specifically on data warehousing. This means they've built their platform from the ground up for storing, managing, and analyzing huge data sets. The kind that modern businesses increasingly rely on.
Gotcha.
And within that niche, they've earned a reputation for being remarkably user-friendly and scalable.
So they're not just riding the wave of cloud computing. They're making it easier for everyone to surf.
I like that analogy.
What's really interesting is that their platform goes beyond just storage and analysis. Oh, yeah.
Snowflake is pioneering a way for companies to securely share their data.
Interesting.
With partners. Customers. Even competitors.
Wow.
Something that was nearly impossible before.
I can see that.
This kind of data collaboration is opening up a whole new world of possibilities.
Yeah.
So they're not just storing data. They're facilitating a whole data ecosystem.
Exactly.
And if they can maintain this trajectory of impressive growth, they have the potential to be a real force in the cloud industry, maybe even rivaling some of the established giants.
That's possible.
Okay, now for a little contrast. Let's talk about eBay.
All right.
Unlike Nvidia and Snowflake, their stock took a dip
Really?
dropping about 7% after hours. Why the sudden downturn?
The culprit seems to be their future guidance.
What do you mean?
While eBay's performance in the current quarter was solid,
Oh,
their projected revenue for the next quarter
okay.
fell short of what analysts had anticipated.
This unexpected news spooked investors a bit.
So even though they're doing okay now,
Right.
the market is looking ahead and doesn't like what it sees.
Exactly.
I imagine it's tough for a company like eBay, a
Yeah.
household name for so long,
Right.
to keep pace in today's relentless e-commerce landscape.
It certainly is.
Yeah.
They're facing stiff competition from behemoths like Amazon,
Right.
as well as from niche players like Etsy, and a whole wave of newer e-commerce platforms.
Oh, yeah.
Slowing growth is a serious red flag
Right,
in
yeah.
this dynamic and ever-shifting market.
It's a stark reminder that even the biggest names in tech
Right.
can't afford to rest on their laurels.
Nope.
To stay ahead of the curve, they need to be constantly innovating and adapting.
Absolutely.
Speaking of innovation, let's turn our attention to Nutanix.
Okay.
Another player in the cloud computing arena, but with a slightly different focus.
I'm listening.
Yes. Nutanix specializes in what's called hybrid cloud solutions, which essentially means they're helping businesses manage their data
Gotcha.
across both private and public clouds.
So kind of a mix.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's a strategy that's gaining traction
I can see why.
as more and more companies grapple with the complexities of handling their data in this new cloud-driven world.
It's a new world out there.
And judging by their stock performance, they seem to be doing something right.
Okay.
Nutanix saw a 12% jump
Wow.
after their earnings report came out.
Interesting.
That's a pretty impressive leap,
It is.
wouldn't you say?
Good.
They reported adjusted earnings of 56 cents per share
Okay.
on revenue of $655 million,
Got it.
indicating they significantly exceeded market expectations.
So they crushed it.
Yeah.
That's great.
This has investors quite excited.
I bet.
But I think what's even more intriguing is what's fueling this success.
What is it?
I'm all ears.
All right, lay it on me.
What's the secret sauce that's making Nutanix such a hot commodity in the cloud market?
Well, their hybrid cloud approach is particularly attractive to businesses that are hesitant to completely commit to public clouds.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This hesitation could be due to a variety of reasons,
Like what?
such as security concerns, regulatory compliance,
Sure.
or simply the desire to maintain control
Yeah.
over critical parts of their infrastructure.
Okay.
Nutanix essentially provides a bridge.
Like a stepping stone.
Exactly.
Okay.
Allowing companies to keep one foot in their familiar private cloud
Yeah.
while dipping their toes into the public cloud pool.
So they're catering to those who aren't ready to fully embrace the public cloud,
Yeah,
offering a way to transition at their own pace.
exactly.
And as more companies adopt multi-cloud strategies, which means using services from multiple cloud providers,
Right.
the need for tools like those offered by Nutanix
Yeah,
only grows.
it seems that way.
It's fascinating how these four companies, all operating within the tech sector, are experiencing such diverse outcomes.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It really highlights just how dynamic and constantly evolving this industry is.
Absolutely.
And it reminds us that investing isn't just about chasing the latest trends.
No.
It's about understanding the forces at play.
Right.
And identifying the companies that are truly adding value and meeting a real need in the market.
Absolutely.
Speaking of understanding the forces at play,
Yeah.
I'm curious to hear more about Nutanix's hybrid cloud approach.
Okay.
What are the specific challenges they're helping businesses overcome?
Good question.
And what does this tell us about the future of cloud computing as a whole?
Those are great questions and ones that we'll delve into further after a short break.
Okay.
We'll be right back with more insights and analysis on the companies shaping the future of tech.
Sounds good.
Don't go anywhere.
We'll be right back. So Nutanix hybrid cloud approach. It sounds like a pretty elegant solution.
It really is.
Yeah.
You know, for many companies, taking that leap into the public cloud, it can feel like a huge risk.
Yeah, totally. They might have legacy systems that just don't play nice with the cloud.
Exactly. Or they might be dealing with strict regulations.
Right.
That make it tricky to move sensitive data off-site.
And of course, there's the cost factor.
Oh, absolutely.
Public cloud services can get pretty pricey if you're not careful.
You've got to watch those bills.
Nutanix seems to smooth out those wrinkles, offering a solution that combines the flexibility and scalability of the public cloud with the security and control of a private cloud.
It's all about finding that balance.
So they're like the Switzerland of the cloud world, providing a neutral ground for businesses to test the waters and find what works best for them.
That's a great way to put it. And the beauty of their approach is that it's not a one-size-fits-all solution.
Right, it's tailored.
Exactly. They have a whole suite of software and tools that allow companies to customize their hybrid cloud strategy to fit their specific needs and pain points.
Can you give us an example? Like, how are they helping companies tackle real-world challenges?
Sure. Let's say you're a large financial institution dealing with tons of sensitive customer data.
Makes sense.
You want to harness the power of the cloud for things like data analytics and customer relationship management.
Right.
But you might have regulations that prevent you from storing all that data in a public cloud. Nutanix allows you to keep that sensitive data safe and sound in your own private cloud.
Got it.
While still utilizing public cloud resources for other tasks.
So they're making it possible to pick and choose the best of both worlds.
Exactly. It's all about seamlessly moving workloads between those private and public environments.
So you're always using the most cost-effective and secure option for the job.
Precisely.
It sounds like they're playing cloud matchmaker, helping companies find the perfect blend of public and private resources.
I like that analogy.
And as more businesses embrace multi-cloud strategies.
Right. Using services from multiple providers.
Exactly. The need for a company like Nutanix to manage and orchestrate everything just becomes even more critical.
There's no doubt about that.
Their stock performance definitely suggests that investors are betting big on their future.
They're definitely a company to watch.
So we've got Snowflake carving out its niche in data warehousing.
Yeah.
And now Nutanix is leading the charge in hybrid cloud solutions.
It's fascinating how the cloud landscape is evolving.
It really is. It seems like the days of the one-size-fits-all public cloud are fading fast.
You're right. The cloud landscape is becoming increasingly fragmented and specialized.
So businesses don't have to put all their eggs in one basket.
Exactly. They can pick and choose the best cloud services for their specific needs.
Whether it's from Amazon, Microsoft, Google, or a mix of different providers.
It's all about customization.
And that's where a company like Nutanix comes in, providing the glue that holds it all together.
Precisely. They're helping businesses navigate this complex world of multi-cloud deployments.
Making sure everything runs smoothly across different environments.
Like having a single control panel for your entire cloud infrastructure.
Regardless of which providers you're using.
Exactly.
It's amazing to see how the cloud market is maturing, with companies like Nutanix and Snowflake shaking things up and offering more tailored solutions.
It's a dynamic market.
Makes you wonder what other innovations are just around the corner.
Well, one trend that's gaining a lot of traction is the rise of edge computing.
Edge computing, what's that all about?
It's all about processing data closer to where it's being generated.
Okay.
Like on factory floors, retail stores, or even in your own home.
Interesting.
This reduces latency and improves performance.
So it's like bringing the power of the cloud closer to the action.
You got it. And this opens up all sorts of exciting possibilities.
Like what?
Think about retail stores that can personalize your shopping experience based on your past purchases and real-time inventory data.
Wow.
Or factories that can optimize production lines based on sensor data collected directly from machines.
That's incredible.
It really is.
Yeah.
And while edge computing is still in its early stages, companies like Nutanix are already developing solutions.
So they're ahead of the game.
They're trying to be. They're helping businesses deploy and manage edge infrastructure as easily as their core cloud environments.
It sounds like the future of cloud computing is going to be even more distributed and dynamic than it is today.
There's no doubt about that. The cloud is becoming the foundation for a whole new generation of applications and services
that are going to change the way we live, work, and interact with the world around us.
Absolutely.
Okay, before we get too carried away with those futuristic visions, let's bring it back to our four companies for today.
Okay.
We've talked about Nvidia, Snowflake, and Nutanix, but we haven't really dived into eBay's challenges yet.
True.
Their stock took a hit after their earnings report.
It did.
And I'm really curious to explore what they're doing to try and turn things around.
Let's take a closer look.
Sounds good. Let's shift our focus to eBay and see what they're doing to adapt to this constantly changing e-commerce landscape.
It's a fascinating case study.
So eBay, they're a household name, but their recent earnings report and that stock dip have some folks wondering if they're losing their edge.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough spot they're in.
They're this iconic brand, practically synonymous with online shopping, but now they're up against giants like Amazon.
Right, and let's not forget, those niche platforms like Etsy that are carving out their own territory.
It feels like they're trying to be everything to everyone, which doesn't always work out so well.
It's a tough balancing act for sure.
So how do they stay in the game?
Well, it's more than just keeping up with the competition these days.
Right.
It's about finding your own unique selling point.
Exactly, offering something more than just competitive prices and a huge selection of products.
Well, those are just the bare minimum now.
So what are they doing to stand out from the crowd? Are they making any big moves to shake things up, or are they just making small tweaks?
They're definitely not standing still.
Okay, good to hear.
Over the past few years, eBay has launched a bunch of initiatives aimed at giving their platform a makeover.
Sounds promising.
And attracting a new generation of users.
Makes sense, they've got to keep up with the times.
Exactly. They've been putting a lot of effort into improving the user experience, both on their website and their mobile app.
Streamlining everything.
Yeah, making it super easy and enjoyable to buy and sell.
So are they trying to beat Amazon at its own game? Focusing on those seamless transactions and sleek interfaces?
I wouldn't say that exactly. I think they're playing more to their strengths.
Which are?
eBay has always had this amazing community of passionate buyers and sellers.
True, very loyal following.
And they're trying to tap into that by creating a more personalized and curated marketplace experience.
So less about being a giant impersonal catalog and more about those unique finds and personal connections.
Yeah, they want to bring back that sense of discovery and treasure hunting that eBay was always known for.
Like stumbling upon a hidden gem in a vintage shop.
Exactly. That's the feeling they're going for.
What about the sellers? How are they attracting and keeping them on board, especially with all the other platforms out there?
Well, they're introducing new tools and features.
Okay.
Designed to make selling on eBay easier and more rewarding.
Give them more incentives.
Right. They're also offering more support for small businesses.
Oh, nice.
Helping them with everything from marketing and branding to shipping and logistics.
So they're not just providing a platform, they're building a whole ecosystem for sellers to thrive.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
They're also trying to emphasize the social aspect of selling, encouraging sellers to connect with each other and share tips and best practices.
Building a community.
Exactly. It's about making eBay a place where people feel good about doing business.
It's a smart strategy for sure. It plays into that growing trend of wanting more authentic and personalized shopping experiences.
Definitely. But the e-commerce world is tough.
Do you think eBay can make it work?
It's definitely an uphill battle, but I wouldn't write them off just yet.
Okay, wow.
They've got a strong brand, a loyal customer base, and they really understand the ins and outs of e-commerce.
So they've got the experience.
If they can execute their vision, they have a real shot at creating a special niche for themselves.
As the go-to place for unique, curated, community-driven online shopping.
Exactly.
It's the classic underdog story, and everyone loves to root for the underdog. I think a lot of people are hoping to see eBay stage a comeback.
Me too.
Yeah.
And their journey, whether they succeed or not, will be a fascinating case study in the world of e-commerce.
It shows how important it is to adapt and innovate and connect with customers on a deeper level.
Beyond just price and convenience.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground tonight, exploring the AI revolution, the rise of the hybrid cloud, and the challenges of staying relevant in the competitive world of e-commerce. It's been an exciting look at the tech sector, and it's clear that this industry is constantly evolving.
It's a wild ride for sure.
And as we wrap up tonight's deep dive, I want to leave you with this thought. In a world that's changing faster than ever, the ability to learn, adapt, and embrace the unknown is more valuable than ever.
Couldn't agree more.
Keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep diving deep.
And we'll be here to help you make sense of it all.
Until next time.